I know the thumbnail probably has some of y'all absolutely seething, but don't unsubscribe just yet. Today, we're going to spend a couple of days in the kitchen together, and I want to have a real chat about some things I've been seeing online about gender roles, marriage dynamics, and the weird internet discourse around what it means to be a wife in 2025. Now, before you clutch your pearls, I promise you I'm not going to set back women 100 years in this video. So here's the thing. Normally, I would run from a topic like this. It's messy, it gets people heated, and the internet doesn't exactly reward nuanced opinions. But I've been with my husband for 9 years. We're high school sweethearts. We married young. We've literally grown up together and done everything together. And I feel like that gives me a bit of insight. I'm not here to preach or tell you how to live your life. I'm just going to share my perspective as a wife, a mom, and someone who cares deeply about building a strong marriage. Because healthy marriages build healthy families. Children that grow up in two-parent households have better outcomes later on in life. And so my marriage is a big priority, not only for the two of us, but for my baby. So let's talk about the two extremes that I've been seeing online. First, there's the I won't do anything for a man crowd. I saw a couple of videos by the same woman on TikTok, and she literally just boasts about how she does basically nothing for her husband. She said in one video that she'll cook for herself and her kids and purposely basically not make anything for her husband. And then there's the other extreme, the women that think being a submissive wife means never speaking at restaurants, keeping your head down, shrinking yourself into a decorative houseplant. Let's be clear. Both of these camps are out of their mind, in my opinion. So let's start with I don't do anything for my husband because I'm not his mom mindset. I'll be honest, I used to fall into this trap. I'd see it online, I'd hear women say, I'm not doing his laundry. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'm not his mom. But where did that mindset really lead? It left me full of resentment. If I'm already in the kitchen making food for everyone else, why wouldn't I just make enough for him too? It wasn't making me empowered to do that. It was making me bitter. When I flipped the mindset and started seeing these acts of care, laundry and meals and whatever it is, putting lotion on him, whatever it was, as service to someone that I love, it brought so much peace into our home. And let's be clear, you cannot keep score in marriage. If you're tallying up every little thing that you do for your husband, or he's tallying up every little thing he does for you, that's not going to make for a happy marriage. I love him, and that is why I do nice things for him. And something that I like to do and talk about is my Christian faith. It's just a part of who I am. And so if you are a Christian woman and you're wrestling with this, let's sit with some scripture. So the first is Philippians 2:3-4. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interest, but also to the interest of others. And then this one, everyone knows all too well, 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. And so when you realize that it is biblical to do things for others, to love others, the way that you would love yourself, it stops being hard. And this isn't just for weddings, right? Like you hear these things at weddings. It's for the hard Tuesday morning when you're folding socks again, or worse, when that man leaves the socks right by the hamper, because Lord have mercy, it drives me crazy. And don't get me wrong, he does so much for me. It just looks different. And that's okay. We're partners. So at the end of each day, I'm not like, that man hasn't done a singular thing for me today. And I've taken care of the baby and done the laundry and cooked dinner and cleaned the kitchen. Nope, I don't do that. Because I know that he has been at work all day. He's likely had a long day. And I want to help him in any way that I can with his life being easier. And he does the same for me. This is a bit of TMI. But the week that I ovulate, for whatever reason, I get extremely tired and down. And it's very hard for me to do the things that I need to do for that week. And you know what he does? He'll take the baby if he can in the morning. He'll help me with the house. This is a partnership. This is about two people recognizing when the other needs help. It takes communication. I'm not saying that everyone's husband is going to love them well all of the time, because let's face it, men can be quite clueless. But if your husband isn't loving you well, I don't think the answer is to be petty and resentful. I think the answer is to have real conversations. And also pray. Pray that God works on your husband's heart. Because as a human, you can't change someone if they don't want to be changed. But I do believe the Lord can help you there. And something else that women on this can't bring up is, what about the mental load? I will say yes, women tend to carry more of the mental load of the household, but men carry different loads. There was a study that showed that moms will wake up the second they hear their baby cry, but dads, they'll sleep right through it. But if a man hears rustling outside, say it's just the leaves, they're up in a flash and women sleep through it. Why? Because we are wired differently. I'm the one that's going to worry about meals and laundry, and he worries about our safety and providing for us. And that does not mean that I have not told this man a million times to pick those damn socks up off the floor. But I've decided to not let it anger me. When I see a sock on the floor, I make him pick it up. I don't get mad. What's the point? Because in the grand scheme of things, there's bigger fish to fry in the world. This woman even said that she considered divorce over having to carry the mental load of her home. And I think that is crazy, because you have vowed before God that you are to love that person for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Threatening divorce over having to do all of the housework yourself, don't even get married, in my opinion, if you're going to do that, because that is something that you are supposed to work through. If he's not cheating, beaten, I don't think that we should be calling for divorce. Now we have the submissive wife camp, the I don't speak unless spoken to crew. I'm not here for that either. I am my husband's equal. And I think people get confused with this notion that women should be submissive to their own husbands, as you don't say anything. But I like to put it like this. Just because a man is the head of the household does not mean that the other people at the table don't speak. Jesus let everyone speak at his table. And I'm going to tell you, some of the best leadership moments come from when I don't say anything. There are times where I will say something and he's like, "Nah, Charlene, like, this is what I think we should do." And I let that man fall on his face. And what does that do? What does it do when you just let a man be a man? You just be quiet. First of all, it makes him more confident in his abilities and his decision making. But secondly, when he does inevitably fall on his face, it makes him listen to you more. I can't tell you how many times that I have been super vocal, super loud, and all I got was resistance. But as soon as I just started being like, okay, whatever, and then the outcome was the outcome, and now he asks for my opinion, and I'm like, this is what we should do, and he listens, and the results are better. So just let the man be a man. I do not let him drive us off a cliff, obviously, but I'm telling you, I will let him fail. And that builds a confident man ready to lead his home. You say that you don't want to be his mom, right? But then you steady bossing that man around. And before I keep going, I just wanted to say thank you. The support and the kind comments, it means the world to me. It's kind of weird, like filming yourself and then doing these like voiceovers and trying to give encouragement. It's awkward. And so I never take it for granted that you guys are here spending part of your day with me, especially for these kind of longer chats that aren't necessarily, they're motherhood adjacent, but they're a little different. So whether you're here for the recipes or just the real talk, just know I see you and I appreciate you being here more than you know. So then why did I put make him a sandwich on the thumbnail? Not because I think that is where women belong. In the kitchen, only doing domestic work. I love to be in the kitchen. It's a passion of mine. There's videos of my husband in the kitchen too. We do things together. I don't believe that that's just a woman's job, but I put it there because there's something beautiful in marriage where two people serve each other. I make his plate sometimes, but sometimes if I'm running around chasing the baby, there's enough food for him to make his own plate. I don't believe that's my job, is just to make his plate. If I have time to do it, I will. If not, he makes his own plate because he's a grown man. But I'm always going to make sure there's enough food for him if I cook. He will put gas in my car. He takes out the trash. It's mutual. That is what love is. It's mutual servitude. Taking care of my husband isn't giving up power. It's choosing to love him well. So if you're a married woman out there feeling pulled between the loud voices of social media, one side telling you to give nothing, the other side telling you to become nothing, I want to remind you that there is a middle ground, a space where love looks like service without self-erasure. Taking care of your husband doesn't mean you're small. It means you're investing in your family, something bigger, your marriage, your home. And honestly, the investment pays off because our home is peaceful and he is confident. This isn't about sandwiches, although go and make him a sandwich today. It's about choosing love over ego, partnership over pride, peace over pettiness. So I'm not here to set women back 100 years. I'm here to show you that maybe, just maybe, there's power in choosing love of your spouse over all of the internet's BS. All right, and I know that I had mentioned in the beginning of the video that, children that come from two-parent households do better, but I wanted to kind of read off some statistics to talk about why I think it's so important to focus on your marriage and to not let petty things like laundry and dishes be the cause of a divorce. So, children in two-parent households are more likely to graduate high school. 88% of children with married parents graduate high school compared to 71% in single-parent homes. Kids from married households are more likely to perform well academically. They have higher scores on math and reading tests. They are 82% less likely to live in poverty when they become adults. More than 40% of single mother households are below the poverty line compared to just 7% of married households. Kids from two-parent homes show lower levels of behavioral problems, aggression, and anxiety. They are less likely to engage in risky behavior like early drug use, delinquency, or teen pregnancy. Children raised in stable two-parent homes are more likely to hold a job, delay marriage and parenting, and avoid incarceration as adults. And there's just general well-being. Two-parent homes provide more emotional support, structure, and time investment, which leads to better overall outcomes in adulthood. And I will have all of these resources linked down below for your reference. So I know it is hard to feel like you are carrying the whole mental load, but I also think that a mindset shift is not only going to help you just be a happier individual, but it also has profound positive effects on your child's or children's outcomes and their well-being. Don't stick around for abuse, but work on the things that can be worked on. And I didn't really talk about what we had going on in this video, so I wanted to kind of just do a recap. So the day before, I got some sourdough apple fritters going. Those are absolutely delicious with a maple glaze. They are over on the blog. And I made some buffalo chicken dip, which is one of my husband's favorites. That one is not on the blog, but it will be. And then I also made homemade spaghetti sauce, and I had to add a whole bunch of veggies to it. If you saw it, I put carrots in there because my child, he just is going through a food thing right now. So I was trying to get as many veggies in there as possible. I do have a recipe for the tomato sauce as well on the blog.
I love you! I love you! I love you! Okay. Oh, big boy.
I wanted to pop in here and talk about the muffins that I'm making. These puppies are delicious and they're so great. My son has been in this picky eater phase. I don't know what happened. He has been such a good eater since we started baby-led weaning, and then all of a sudden he just decided one day he doesn't like vegetables. I don't know what happened. But these are a great way to sneak veggies into their little bodies, and you can get the recipe for them on goodenoughmomming.com. I'm telling you, they're absolutely delicious. You're going to like them yourself. If you struggle with eating veggies yourself, these things will get you eating veggies. So go ahead and check that out. And here you can see me making some tortilla pizzas for him with the leftover sauce that has all those veggies in it. And I actually made it again today. And I put the sauce and then I put some beans and then I covered it in cheese and he actually ate it. So I am really just finding all of the ways to incorporate fiber and iron and all of the things before he turns 1. I also made some homemade yogurt, and I do have full instructions over on Good Enough Momming for that. So that's what we had going in the kitchen. If I spoke to you or even made you think differently, I love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more homemaking, marriage, motherhood, everything that it entails to be a married woman, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.